Got another video for you guys. This time we are going to be getting rid of that parts wagon finally, and also pulling the rear subframe out of the Volvo 850 T-5R and starting to mock up the all-wheel drive stuff. Finally got that V70XC off the lift. Basically dropped the rear on my subframe cart over there, and then me and my dad basically pushed it out, and I used my truck a little bit to pull it out with the strap from the back. But yeah, I have plenty of room now to back this up and pull it into the lift. I'm going to pull it in forward because I'm going to be dropping the rear on this side and dropping the motor on that side. So both subframes and also the gas tank and everything. So let's get this thing fired up and take it on its last little short drive, being front wheel drive. Still runs great. Still has great oil pressure. Still a very healthy motor. So I'm going to be pulling the gas tank out first, and first thing I got to do is undo some of the electrical here for the fuel pump, and also probably undo the fuel lines while we're up here. And then once that's done, it's just really easy. There's just 3 bolts under there for the straps that hold the gas tank up, and pretty much just pull the body off the gas tank. I'm going to put it on here, and it's going to be real easy. I've showed this process before when I did the fuel system and everything, so I'm not going to show too much of this, but let's get this out real quick so that we can start actually getting out the rear Deltalink suspension. All right, got the feed and return disconnected, got the fuel pump power, got the ABS disconnected, and also got the level sensor disconnected. So we're pretty much all done in the trunk now, so we can raise it up and start loosening up those straps, set the tank down on this, and then pull the tank off the bottom. Easy peasy when you got a lift. Also got to make sure to remove your gas cap, because if you don't, you're going to break stuff. So do that. I ran my fuel lines through the filler neck, so I'm going to have to disconnect them here. Got this tank draining. I got to drain that anyway. And then up here, I got the filter. I'm just gonna disconnect the filter here probably. And then I can pull out that whole feed assembly. And I think we'll be able to reuse this on all-wheel drive stuff. I don't think that area is too different, but if not, we'll just buy some new hose and build some new lines. It was really easy to do these ones. Got the tank lowered down onto the platform, got the 3 strap bolts removed, and now should be able to just lift the body off the gas tank. So I'll throw this on the tripod and show that process. Got the tank out. There's a little bit of fuel left in it. I'll drain it all out and put it in one of my other cars. And yeah, a lot more room down here. A little bit of rust here, but I think we're gonna go ahead and do some pour 15 back here, maybe clean some of this up. But I mean, this car really doesn't have a lot of rust, if any at all, at least up there. There's a little bit here, but this is like a plate that bolts onto this frame rail, so I'm gonna replace this plate and get rid of all that rust and whatnot. But other than that, the rear Deltalink should be pretty easy. We gotta pull the 2 bolts up top that hold the struts in, and then we got a big bolt here and then 3 bolts here and on each side, and undo the brake line. And we'll do the same technique where we just lower this down onto the platform, undo the bolts, and lift the body off. Seems to be the common theme here. So should be pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And let's get this out so we can start mocking all-wheel drive stuff up. Also have to remove the parking brake cables. Just got to pull off the center console, and then these cables, just there's a little clip down here, and then you got to unclip them from the parking brake latch, and then they slide right out and they come through right here. So gonna get those out, and then just got to rip off the brake line and take off all the bolts so we can drop that thing. Next thing I did was pull the shocks out. Basically pulled off here with 1 bolt, and then there's 2 bolts up here, and you pull it out. Did that on both sides. I also got the brake line undone. Let's see, it's leaking all over the place. And now we just got to, I started loosening this bolt. These loosened up no problem. So I just got to do these 3, and then I'll start loosening this one, and we'll lay it down on the platform and lift the body off the rear Deltalinks. So let's get this done. Got it all out. Did tip over a little bit, but I mean, whatever. Nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. We got a lot of room for activities in here. It's gonna be awesome. Got the exhaust out too. You saw it was probably hanging like crazy. The brake line dripping all over the place. A little of that fluid drain, but yeah. Looks good on here. Got a couple spots. Probably gonna grind some of this down. Maybe hit it with either the Pour 15 or there's also that paint that someone else suggested that you can get at Napa. And again, this is just one bracket, a big bracket I can replace. Doesn't look like any of the frame rails actually rusted at all. So that's good. So we'll pull these off and we can start mocking up our brackets. This is the center point that the all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive share that the jig will bolt up to. And then here you can see is where the front trailing arms and everything bolt up, and we're gonna get this going. I think there's also some supports we can weld in here. And I think here. So I'll look into those and see if I can get those still from Volvo. And then other than that, we'll just clean some of this up. You can see we got some rusty brackets here we need to replace. Again, replace this bracket. But it doesn't look too bad under here for being such an old car. And can't wait to get started on the all-wheel drive stuff. So probably gonna call the video here. And we also gotta pull all this out because this actually extends up way more. There's a ton more room up there. You can kind of see it. So start pulling all that off and start prepping this for all-wheel drive. We almost had a real big problem here where the bolt for the spring perch just completely stripped out. Got some smoke over here. Beat the sucker up and she's turning right out.